Hello, everybody. It's Bill's that college football guy here in the video. Sound a lot better? Yeah, I feel a lot better. Still got a nagging cough, but nowhere near what the heck that crud was. But anyway, we got a lot to get into and not much time to get into it. So we're talking about the recap for Week 12 of this college football season. We got to get into people who caught their final destination this week. A whole bunch of stuff to get into. My new top 25, and the subscriber rankings, which will be the final ones of the regular season until after the national championship game. So let's get into the recap, shall we? First off, number one, all the subscriber schools, congratulations on getting wins. Those are Bowling Green, Toledo, Ohio, East Carolina, Washington, Arizona, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, Notre Dame, Boise State, Colorado, Clemson, Auburn, Marshall, Illinois, South Florida, Baylor, Rutgers, and UNLV. Now, Flight 180. Started this little week back. Now I'm here outside of south of Kansas City, Missouri. Here on the side of the road in this little shoulder area, because that's the safest place around here I can actually park, because they canceled my load on me. I've been sitting here waiting for 2 hours for them to do something else. Actually, not 2 hours, it's been an hour. So I'm going to take time here, and you guys can watch the trucks go by and hear me getting frustrated. But anyway, Flight 180. Those of you who don't remember, that's the plane flight from Final Destination, the one that was going to Paris that they got off of before it exploded. Well, Flight 180 is simply this. If you get 4 losses in a season, I put this up and I've asked people about it and asked all of you about it, and the fact you agree, you shouldn't be ranked in the top 50 if you have 4 losses. So, if you have 3 losses, you have the tickets and you're on Flight 180. Can you win the game and get off the plane, or you will lose the game and your season will reach its final destination? Well, schools that actually won and got off the plane, so that had 3 losses: Toledo, Ohio, Colorado State, Marshall, Jacksonville State, Illinois, Syracuse, and South Carolina. But unfortunately for LSU, Louisville, Georgia Southern, and San Jose State, your season has reached its final destination. For LSU and Louisville's case means all 4 of these schools, you're out of my top 50. In fact, as of now, let me find my top 25. 43 schools have 3 losses or less. We only have 43 left now. Hopefully we don't have a bunch of losses, but I don't even have a top 25, because that would suck. And I really don't want to rank a 4-loss school in the top 25. We don't have that many weeks left, so hopefully they can hang on. All right. Now, who are our 5-star performances of the week? But we had 4 games that stood out. All 3 of them were in the G5. I mean, Tulane beat Navy 35-0. That got them into the AP top 25. Texas State beat Southern Mississippi 58-3, and Utah State beat Hawaii 55-10. All impressive wins. But the biggest demolition was, I know they're one of the worst teams in the Autonomous 4, the Power 4. Penn State beat up on Purdue 49-10. So I have to give them the best 5-star performance of the week. Who's got to hit the gym? The teams that you won a game but you didn't look good doing it. Get the cardio up, hit the weights, do something, improve your game. You got to hit the gym, dude, because right now you're not doing it. You're getting by. Getting by doesn't get you the pay window all the time. Oregon beat Wisconsin 16-13, the number 1 team in the country. Yeah, you barely won. In fact, Wisconsin was leading 10-6 at the half. Have you guys hit the wall? You need to go hit the gym, get the cardio up, push yourself, do some endurance training, get yourself better to where you are right now so that you can stay better? I don't know. It's all about Boise State beating San Jose State 42-21. They were tied at 14 at the half, outscored them 28-7 in the second half. San Jose State's an okay team, but they're not that great. You guys just wanted to get the final conference playoff spot. You have to prove this fact. When you're facing G5, G6 schools, you have to dominate them. You can't just get by. You have to dominate them. All right. Now, those are the 2 that hit the gym. Now, we have 5 from what the blue held. Starting off with BYU losing to Kansas 17-13. Everybody's like, oh, God, Kansas be on. I wasn't buying BYU in the first place. I think people got ranked BYU in the top 10. They were barely in my top 15. They were undefeated, yeah, but the fact is, if I ranked Indiana as a better team than BYU, because Indiana plays bad teams, BYU plays bad teams. Indiana beats them by 40, BYU beats them by a field goal. A win is not always a win. I think a blowout win is worth more than a close win because you send a message. By a close win, you also send a message. You're playing down to your opposition. And that's BYU's problem all year, and it finally bit them in the butt. What the blue hell, BYU? Arizona State. Beating Kansas State 24-14. 21-0 at the half. ASU. K-State was never in this game. K-State, you want to be a ranked team. You want to be battling for the Big 12 championship. You could pretty much kiss that goodbye. What the blue hell was that performance? That looked like crap. Washington State. I'm going to troll you guys on this one. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. Get it over with. Washington State. Lose to New Mexico. 38-35. I mentioned this on X on Twitter. I mentioned this in messages. New Mexico is the one offense on the rest of your schedule you have to pay attention to. If you let them score because of how your offense plays at times, you could lose. You can't sleep on them. Oh, we got it. You slept on them. You lost. I told you this a month out. None of y'all Washington State listened. And now any chance for you to make the CFP just went up in smoke. What the blue hell? And I'm patenting these two together. Actually, first off, Florida beating LSU 27-16. What the blue hell, LSU? You just cost yourself any spot in my top 25. You're out of the AP top 25. Is it just me? Or has ever since Billy Napier got the contract extension, you're supposed to play this good when you're playing for your job, not get rewarded for an extension and then play better. That's backwards. Neil Brown last year. Billy was not getting fired, and he beats a top 25 team. LSU, any chance at a major bowl game, SEC championship, all went up in smoke. What the blue hell? And lastly, Louisville, you lose to Stanford. You're up 21-17 at the half. They kick a field goal to beat you. Traveling west, tougher schedule. I expected you to do better. Your fourth loss. You're out of any championship picture. You're out of the top 25. What the blue hell, man? All right. Now, let's get into that top 25. My top 25. I'm going to recap last week's, and I'm going to go through them. It's like, for those of you who don't know how to do my poll, I'm saying this a billion times, but had DMs in Twitter, on X, that said this, how do you do your rankings? If you're ranked number 1, you're worth 1 point. If you're ranked 25, you're worth 25 points. Mine's mathematical, not opinion-based. It's based on math. That way there's no opinion bias. It's the numbers. Period. Beating a top 5 team is worth more. A blowout win is, which I consider 18 or more. A blowout win is worth more than a regular win. Beating a top 5 team is worth more than beating a top 25, which is worth more than beating a Power 4, which is worth more than beating a G6, which is worth more than beating an FCS. Blowout wins are worth more than regular wins. Conversely, losses, a close loss, 17 or less, is basically if you win a game, points are deducted from your score. If you lose, points are added. So, losing a blowout loss adds more points to your score than a close loss. Losing to a top 5 team is fewer points than losing to a top 25, which is fewer than losing to a Power 4, which is fewer than losing to a G6, which is fewer than losing to an FCS. You get the idea here. All right. The poll last week. Number 1 was Oregon, 2 Ohio State, 3 Notre Dame, 4 Texas, 5 Ole Miss, 6 Penn State, 7 Alabama, 8 Tennessee, 9 Indiana, 10 Boise State, 11 Miami, 12 Clemson, 13 Georgia, 14 Missouri, 15 SMU, 16 BYU, 17 Texas A&M, 18 Army, 19 Kansas State, 20 UNLV, 21 LSU, 22 Washington State, 23 Louisville, 24 Colorado, 25 Arizona State. Yeah. Well, we have a new top 25. Now, one thing about the points I've told you on here, 2 schools end up with the same point value. Whoever made the bigger move this week is ranked higher. Keep going, keep winning. So, we have a new number 1. Ohio State on the road. Oregon on the road. Ohio State won by big digits. Oregon barely won. Oregon was trailing in half. Ohio State never was any danger. So Ohio State up one spot is the new number one. A lot of people get pissed about it. Oregon's undefeated. I don't care. Close wins are worth less than blowout wins. Top 5, this is where it really starts shaking up. You consistently have to dominate. Not on there. That's the key to this. Up one spot to 2 is Notre Dame. Down 2 spots to 3 is Oregon. So basically 1 and 2 got shifted up. Oregon got dropped down with that close game. Up 2 spots to 4 is Penn State. Up, down 1 spot to 5 is Texas. Yes, Texas, you won, but other schools did other things that they bypassed you. Up 1 spot to 6 is Alabama. Down 2, bye week, is number 7 is Ole Miss. Up 2 to number 8, Boise State. Top 10. Up 4 spots to 9 is Georgia, thanks to their beating Tennessee. Up 2 spots to 10 is Clemson. Down 2 spots to 11 is Indiana. They were on a bye week because I give no points for a bye week. You get a 0 for a score if you didn't play. Up 3 spots to 12 is SMU. Down 2 spots to 13 is Miami. Bye week. The biggest drop of the week, down 6 spots to 14 is my Vols from Tennessee. Up 2 spots to 15 is Texas A&M. Up 4 spots to 16 is UNLV. Y'all put UNLV back in AP poll. I've been on them for a long damn time. Where y'all been? The biggest drop in the week was actually, I got myself. Biggest climb of the week. Biggest drop, we had a tie. Tennessee had one of the 2 spots. Biggest climb, up 7 spots to 17 is Colorado. Holding steady at 18 is Army. Up 6 spots to 19 is Arizona State. Tied for the biggest drop of the week with Tennessee. Down 6 spots to number 20 is Missouri. Down 5 spots to 21 is BYU. 3 schools debuted in the top 25. 2 because 2 dropped out permanently. They're not even in there in the rankings anymore. At number 22 is Tulane with their domination victory. Down 4 spots to 23 is Kansas State. And debuting in the returning to the top 25, debuting back in at 24 and 25 respectively, is Illinois and Iowa State. 43 schools. Quite a few have 3, but you'll listen to that schedule prediction, the game picks tomorrow. I'm going to tell you who's on Flight 180 because we got a bunch of schools that have 3 losses and 2 games they're playing against each other. So 2 schools are guaranteed to reach their final destination of the season this coming weekend. No snooks on there, but that's, again, to recap the top 25. Ohio State's 1, Notre Dame, Oregon, Penn State, Texas, Alabama, Ole Miss, Boise State, Georgia, Clemson, Indiana, SMU, Miami, Tennessee, Texas A&M, UNLV, Colorado, Army, Arizona State, Missouri, BYU, Tulane, Kansas State, Illinois, and Iowa State. Now, the final subscriber rankings, which those are the subscriber schools. I shouted you out for the subscriber roll call during the off season. We ended up with 45. We have more subscriber schools than we have schools that have 3 losses or less. That's weird. But anyway, subscriber rankings is the fact it's a different set of top 25. And here's the simple fact: the matter is Oregon's not a subscriber school. So if Oregon wins the national championship, I'll have a different subscriber champion because it's not the same school. It's not everybody's on here. So we had a 45 ranking for subscriber school, the same point scale I use. Now the fact is, if you beat Alabama in the poll, Alabama's not a subscriber school. It's a top 25 win on my top 25, but it's just a Power 4 win here because they're not a subscriber school. They don't get any special privilege. So, the subscriber rankings. Number 1 is Miami. 2, Ohio State. 3, Notre Dame. 4, Boise State. 5, Ole Miss. 6, Georgia. 7, Kansas State. 8, Tennessee. 9, Penn State. 10, Colorado. 11, Iowa. 12, Clemson. 13, Louisville. 14, Iowa State. 15, West Virginia. 16, Washington State. 17, Minnesota. 18, NC State. 19, UNLV. 20, Baylor. 21, TCU. 22, Washington. 23, Illinois. 24, Houston. 25, Toledo. 26, Ohio. 27, Cincinnati. 28, Bowling Green. 29, Marshall. 30, Fresno State. 31, Hawaii. 32, Northwestern. 33, Rutgers. 34, Coastal Carolina. 35, Florida State. 36, South Florida. 37, Auburn. 38, East Carolina. 39 Oklahoma State, 40 San Diego State, 41 Wyoming, 42 Arizona, 43 Middle Tennessee State, 44 UTEP, and 45 Nevada. The subscriber rankings are every 2 weeks. Normally, this is the last one of the regular season because we normally only have one more week left, and then there's the conference championship games and the bowls and the playoffs. We have 2 weeks this year, but I'm not going to extend it out. As I asked y'all, and y'all said just keep it the way it is. It's been tradition, so keep it that way. So we're going to do the same thing again, which means the final 2 weeks of the regular season, conference championship games, bowl games, and the playoff will all be added into one subscriber ranking. So there could be conceivably 5 games for somebody. Actually, not 5 games. 2 conference championship, and if you win a first round playoff game, it goes to the 8, which would be the 8 to the 4 to the 2, 7 games. This subscriber rankings is going to be haywire. But this is going to be interesting. So, subscriber rankings. Number 1 for this week, up 1 spot to 1 is Ohio State. Up 1 spot to 2 is Notre Dame. Up 6 spots to 3 is Penn State. Up 1 to number 4 is Ole Miss. Down 1 to number 5 is Boise. That close loss to Nevada hurt you. Up 4 to 6 is Colorado. Up 5 to 7 is Clemson. Down 2 to 8 is Georgia. Down 1 to 9 is Tennessee. Down 9 to number 10 is Miami. Bye weeks kill you. Up 8 spots to number 11 is UNLV. Yeah, they went that high up because they won games. Down 5 to number 12 is Kansas State. Up 7 to number 13 is Baylor. Also up 7 to 14 is TCU. Holding steady at 15 is West Virginia. Down 2 to 16 is Iowa State. Up 6 to number 17 is Illinois. Down 7 to 18 is Iowa. Up 7 into the top 25 is Ohio at 19. Down 7 to number 20 is Louisville. Down 5 to 21 is Washington State. Up 3 to 22 is Toledo. Up 5 coming in the top 25 and number 23 is Bowling Green. Also coming in the top 25, actually last 2 both are coming in the top 25. Up 9 spots, number 24 is Rutgers. Up 4 spots, number 25 is Marshall. Down 9 spots to number 26 is Minnesota. Down 5 to number 27 is Washington. The biggest drop of the week, we had a tie here as well. Down 10 spots each. Down 10 spots to 28 is NC State. Up 9 to 29 is East Carolina. Down 6 to 30 is Houston. Also up 6 to 31 is Auburn. Biggest climb of the week, up 10 to number 32 is Arizona. Down 6 to 33 is Cincinnati. Down 2 to 34 is Northwestern. Down 8 to 35 is Fresno State. Down 1 to 36 is Florida State. Down 3 to 37 is Coastal Carolina. Up 6 to 38 is UTEP. Down 3 to 39 is South Florida. Down 1 to 40 is Oklahoma State. Tied for the biggest drop of the week. Down 10 to number 41 is Hawaii. Up 3 to 42 is Nevada. They're out of the basement. They're not the worst anymore. Down 2 to 43 is Wyoming. Down 4 to 44 is San Diego State. And the worst school of the subscriber schools, I'm sorry, Murfreesboro. Down 2 to 45 is Middle Tennessee State. Yeah, so my subscriber rankings and the AP poll are the same. And my poll are the same. It's Ohio State at number 1. I don't give, you have to keep consistently at this going. I don't give you, okay, you won, but you stay there. No. If you barely won with 3 opponents at number 1, but 3 schools the previous 3 weeks faced the same opponents you did, you beat them by a combined 10 points, and they beat them by a combined 70, they should have passed you. I don't reward. It's week by week. It's the point chart. It's no personal biases. Oh, they're the best team. No. Who played the best? That's what this is. Who played the best? So again, for the subscriber rankings, going over it for the last time. All 45. Ohio State, number 1 subscriber school. Notre Dame, Penn State, Ole Miss, Boise State, Colorado, Clemson, Georgia, Tennessee, and Miami. That's your top 10. UNLV, Kansas State, Baylor, TCU, West Virginia, Iowa State, Illinois, Iowa, Ohio, Louisville, Washington State, Toledo, Bowling Green, Rutgers, Marshall, Minnesota. Marshall's last in the top 25. Minnesota, Washington, NC State, East Carolina, Houston, Auburn, Arizona, Cincinnati, Northwestern, Fresno State, Florida State, Coastal Carolina, UTEP, South Florida, Oklahoma State, Hawaii, Nevada, Wyoming, San Diego State, and Middle Tennessee State. Ooh, boy. Now we got a lot of stuff to go through here, and we got through all of it, and got through it in a decent time. We got some other videos I got in the works here, getting cooked up. I'm not going to promise when they're going to be coming out here because I can't control this when I'm not recording. So, because I don't have the home internet where I could just upload them fast and do it, and not have environmental issues and everything else. But that sometimes happens out here on the road. But yeah, we're going to have some interesting stuff. I'm going to have my picks video for next week, and I've already decided for next season changes on how that's going to be done. Changes coming to the channel for things to be done. We'll find this out in the off season. And we've also got all the media rights stuff to get into later on. We'll get into that here. How bad is the Big 12's new situation? Change everything for the Mountain West and Pac-12. That's coming up. There's a lot of stuff to get into here. So all I can say is thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor, smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. You agree with my top 25? You agree with the subscriber ranking? Like I said, it's not opinion-based, it's math-based. Takes the opinion out of it. Well, they should have beat this one, then they should have won by more. Flat out that. Numbers. No bias. What it is what it is. And those who asked me, I forgot the two of you who asked me this in direct messaging on X, on Twitter. But there'll come a point in time when you'll get rid of the subscriber rankings altogether. Yeah, when I have about 100 subscriber schools. Then it's going to be too many to do the damn rankings. Just be like, Jesus. I mean, it'll just dominate everything. So it'll be like, at that point in time, I'm debating it. If I get more than 75, I probably won't even be doing, I might not be doing, I'll just, like 50 I think is going to be the limit where I'm going to start doing subscriber picks, because the videos are getting so huge, unless some of you have more time and more recording time to do videos. But, we'll see how this goes. But it's a lot of things to talk about for the future. A lot of stuff going on in college football now. Anyway, tell me what I did wrong, what you liked, comment on the video, share them if you want to. If you haven't done it already, check out some of the other videos that I've done. And if you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 1K, trying to make some magic happen here, okay? If you want to follow me on the craziness, the insanity at times that is, and sometimes a cesspool, that is X, that is Twitter, the link will be in the description. So again, thanks everybody for watching. They just sent me a message saying the fact they're looking on a load for me. It's been an hour and a half. Stay calm. All right. Anyway, so thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Be safe out there. Hopefully you're not getting crazy weather and everything else. And please be good to each other.